was thinking that people want to learn on Facebook. Like that's why they go to Facebook, right? That's not true at all. Like, and so like I would get people to watch it, but it was like the people who were already in my audience, like people who like they already kind of know this stuff. You know what I mean? So
Reach into the crowd
like,
in your audience.
Exactly. Like I just came to the idea, like it's not even like I knew this, but I just realized it like last week that like, oh yeah, like how about I just put my videos on YouTube so people can search for them.
That's where you
like,
go to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. Like people are already looking for this stuff. So like I should just put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I don't know, how many of those people that are watching are like finding my videos through YouTube, because I haven't.
It doesn't
really,
matter though. You still have to go through them and go back into them and optimize them, put in the hashtag.
Exactly.
And I haven't learned that system's much more unknown to the general public and to the professional. Like it's not a known science like some of the other platforms.
No, it's not at all.
And they don't really tell you how to do it.
No. There's some kind of like proven, tactics, but if you're, if your stuff is kind of already relevant, then and honestly, like these things only just get you in the gate, like SEO and having a good thumbnail and a good title and stuff like that. They only get you in the gate. Like if your video sucks and people don't watch it for, more than a minute or so, it's not going to work.
Yep.
Yeah. So like the average watch time is like what you want to focus on. I'm not sure what mine is. I'm about to check it. I think it's like just over a minute.
What do you, and I was told about 5 years ago, since Google and YouTube, well, it's not Google, it's Microsoft and YouTube.
Yeah, my average watch time is 1 minute, 16 seconds. A couple of days ago, it was 40 seconds. So it's increasing. But I ran ads on one video. So I think it didn't have good watch time off of that. I think the average watch time was like 30 seconds or 40 seconds.
Huh.
Yeah, because on ads, like some people will watch, but only like a very few people will watch it all the way through. Because a lot of people are on YouTube, like they're watching TV, so they're just flicking through the channels. It's crazy.
So I was told a while ago that everything put on YouTube was digitally transcribed and then, loaded essentially into Google to be, for like SEO purposes. Like it actually, if you search, so that if you say how to make hot potato spaghetti, and I go into YouTube and I search hot potato spaghetti, I'll find your video because you said the words hot potato spaghetti.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, so YouTube is the #2 search engine in the world.
And so if I say something like hot potato spaghetti, which is a really strange 3-word combination that may very well be unique to the internet for the next 15 minutes or so, you have if you really think about that when you're doing things also with intent, you may be opening yourself up to a whole world of searches that nobody else has access to.
Well, not only that, but you can create your own intent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, like so you run an ad and like a branding ad. I was just thinking about this the other day because I'm about to start a course, a messenger marketing course, and so ManyChat allows you to become a messenger marketing certified agency, and all you have to do is like really just take a test and have a couple bots and stuff like that. So I'm going to guarantee that by the end of this course in 60 days, you'll be a certified messenger marketing agency, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about for branding it, I'm thinking about just running like YouTube ads, Instagram ads with like 3 words. What's messenger marketing? ? Right? Because that's not a search thing. It's like nobody's really looking for that, right? So I'm going to create my own intent, and then people are going to go to YouTube. They're going to go to Google, what's messenger marketing? And then bam, it's going to pop up.
Also, you could just be banking on that in the future. A lot of people will be searching.
Oh yeah.
Marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only, people already are, but like I look for, nobody has the domain. What's messenger marketing?
Wow, yeah.
We're live, by the way.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
It pops up live on my side too.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, it's only $3 to buy it.
Done, huh?
What's messenger.marketing? I should get that because I already have RDS.marketing. What's messengermarketing.com?
Yep. All right. All right.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready anytime. I just started my new YouTube channel called Hammer Sport Marketing.
Cool, man. You should. Oh, you can't broadcast live yet.
Nope.
You got to wait 24 hours. It's kind of ridiculous. Really? Yeah.
I mean, can we both broadcast live?
I don't actually like. You could if you had some other software. Like
I'd have to have some software that was kind of looking at a screen sharing broadcasting software.
Or maybe if you paid for Zoom Webinar too. I don't know. I pay for Zoom Webinar.
Yeah, I mean, that was weird too. I did sign up with Zoom with the email that you have that you use to invite me, and it still made me go in and,
You have to sign up?
Yeah, I mean, I signed up to have an account, yeah. Just like you did to be able to have a paid account.
You paid for it?
No, first you sign up for a non-paid account, but you have a sign up. You have a login.
What login is that?
It's just lewis@lewistma.com.
Oh, really? Yeah, I tried.
Yeah, it just didn't kick in. That's what was weird is, but I just did that the other day, so I'll figure it out.
So this is called Banter for those that are listening.
Is that a new app?
No, Banter.
Oh, you mean the act of banter back and forth?
Yeah.
It should be a new app.
Dude, is Banter an app?
Probably.
That'd be a great messaging app. Banter.
Yep. Here, let me check. Banter, the app.
Is it?
Banter, comedians texting apps on. There is.
Yeah. Someone's already figured it out.
Yeah. It's a chat app.
Yeah, I figured that would Banter App Inc.
Yeah. Published on 2014. They have.
Yeah, we could probably buy this. We could probably buy this, dude. Gary Vee was talking about this the other day. He's like, search for the bottom 50 apps in the App Store. Like, it's probably a good idea, but the dude who
market them correctly.
Yeah, right. And then just buy them for pennies on a dollar.
Yeah.
Put some money into the app and then market it correctly. Yeah. That's a huge market right there.
Yep. I mean, there's probably somebody you could make all the money you and your family ever need for the rest of your life on that idea right there. Probably for not much in a startup either.
And you know what's crazy, man? I have these ideas all day. Like it's an unlimited treasure trove of stupid shit to go after.
Yeah, you have to work hard. I mean, that's my friend, my partner George, who works on the car, is like, hey, your biggest strength is also your biggest weakness. Because you can learn to do stuff and be good at things, also means that you lose focus because you're doing some stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Focus is the big key.
Focus is huge, man. You know what I hate about Google Docs is whenever you put something in the header and then you write something like down below, like in the regular page.
Yeah.
If you go and name that file, it tries to name it as like the first line on the regular page instead of the header line. Like, why wouldn't it be the header line? Isn't that the reason it's a header?
That is strange. Here, you want to let me see if this works. I want to show you. We just started built an intro and outro for our videos. I'm gonna hold it up to the mic here and see if this works, or the camera.
Share your screen.
It's on here.
Oh, cool, dude. Yo, that's sick. Is that with a drone?
No, that's an outro.
That's awesome, man. Yo, I need one of those for me.
Yeah.
For my YouTube channel. That'd be great to put on every video.
Oh, it has sound too.
You should literally make that as your intro and outro for every YouTube video.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
It's kind of ridiculous.
No, man, people will love that shit.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah, people will love it, man. Like, people love stuff like that.
I love it. The music is kind of corny because it sounds like Universal Studios.
Yeah,
but
no, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
That's 12, dude. He can do that stuff just like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna share this live with our list here. Do you subscribe to me?
Yeah. Oh, on your marketing? No, I don't think I do. Let me go find it.
Broadcasting.
So that's a great lesson for the first lesson of the day. How would I go and subscribe to your messenger marketing?
So you go to facebook.com, was it / Riley David, the number 4 real, and then the word real. So facebook.com.
Just go to find your page, Riley David.
Yeah. Find my page and then click send message, and then you'll be opted into my messenger list. Literally,
that's all somebody has to do to get on someone's messenger list is message that list owner.
Yep, that's it. That is it.
Jeez. Seems like a really good strategy.
Yeah, dude, it's so easy. And then like I can just run ads to get someone to do that too if I want. Yeah, dude, it's so easy. Whoop. Gotta share this link. Copy. Hey. I want to broadcast this to the list before we start talking about this. On YouTube with Lewis May from Hammer Sport Racing. Today we are talking about the first.
I like it. I'm looking at your Impressium.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
actually, I have people asking me about like they message me.
Sorry,
they message me and ask me about it. Like nice. How far along are you?
It's that. Congratulations on your Marketer of the Year award.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Something I want to talk about, and forgive me if I'm intruding. I'm going to not use the word you should. But remember, we were talking the other day about how, and you asked me, and I mean, I think we're in the same line that we're both, we embrace servitude, but we were in that conversation of talking about like why we're doing this and da 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 da. And you were like, I just want to help people. I want to be of service. I'm not even sure about the money side. And that's I wanted you to respectfully want you to reconsider that statement. Just because money is important, and if not for anything else, it's a judgment of whether or not we're really helping people.
Yeah,
You
it's just
know?
funny. I was watching a TED talk about that last night. Some chick was talking about how she got rich, like I guess marketing online, and then she started teaching people how to do it, and they couldn't pay her, and she like didn't really care, and she would like take on more and more people, and then eventually she stopped doing what was making her money, and like literally lost all her money because the IRS sent her some tax stuff, and she had to pay that, and she spent all of her money. Um, yeah,
Helping
man,
other people.
yeah, I get that. You know, I understand. So like for me, it's not a focus because I understand it's a part of the process, right? It's
Yep.
just yeah, it's like eating breakfast every day. Like
Well,
which
all I
I
want
don't
you
do.
to do is think of them as the same thing.
Right.
Because like with this, with the stuff I'm reading about Joe Dispenza, if you're getting into the quantum field, you want to still have intent. Like you want to have the end result kind of envisioned. You just want to have a real open mindedness about that end result. And you also want to have a really open minded, like not even knowing how you're going to get to that result. Which is what we have, what we're kind of doing with this whole thing all the time,
Right. Yeah, of course.
But it is important. I think we'll be more successful if we keep money in the game. Like I want money. I don't need money. We all need it. I don't need to be wealthy per se, but I want to be. But I also know that it's because like when I am, it's because I've done so much good at that point.
So I guess I take the Ed Milet approach, and I already see myself as wealthy. You know what
That's
I
good.
mean?
That's even better then.
Yeah. So that's why I say for me, money's not an issue because like I'm already at a really good place in life.
Yeah.
Um, and everything for me is just a bonus, So like
Okay.
just real quick, back in 2015, I had a Yamaha R1, like
Yep.
and I was out. I lived out in the sticks, like the real country. And one day, like around 6 p.m., 6:30 or whatever, I decided to go take a ride. And where I live, that's like deer time. That's when all the deer just come out because
I
it's
know.
starting to cool off and all that shit.
Yep.
And I ended up hitting a deer, like fucking head on, hit a big ass deer, and I broke my femur. Like I flew over my handlebars and snapped my leg on like my leg hit like snapped
A
the
pole
handlebar.
or something.
Yeah. So like snapped my leg in half. I ended up getting airlifted to the hospital. I got surgery the next day to fix it. It didn't work, right? So I had to get surgery again like a year later, and that didn't work. And then I had to get surgery again, and that didn't work. And
No.
then like 6 months later, I got surgery again, and that one finally took. So it
Four
took
times.
like 3 years. Wait, like 3 years to hit to heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like that was just one of the times in my life where like I was pretty much dead. Like I passed out. Like my
Yeah. Yeah.
my helmet, dude, my helmet was like shaved in half. Like like I skidded across the road. You know what I mean? And so
Unconsciously afterwards.
right. So you know, I don't really I really look at life as this stuff I'm doing now. It's just a bonus, man. Like yeah.
That's awesome,
So
dude.
I have wants and stuff like that, but if I'm alive, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? And
Well,
like
that's
I
just
think that
respecting the difference between want and need.
right.
People overuse, I think people overuse the word need. Not many people I'm around, but in general. And it's need as a like need. I like need this chair to hold me up right now.
Yeah.
I need the air to come into my lungs right now. And that's it. We're always given, we always have what we need. That's what's amazing about it.
That's exactly my point. And so, like, and I didn't always have this mindset, you know, like I was constantly reaching, and like I realized that like that's actually not the way to do it. Like what you do is you just sit and you whatever you have, you use that, and then like shit just comes towards you like as you need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see it, at least.
Cool, man.
But that doesn't mean that we're not going to charge for our services.
No.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just one of the way I see it. I think Bedros Keuilian puts it the best way is like you need to charge because the more you charge, that's how seriously people take it, and it's on par directly with the dollar amount. So if you charge 5,000 for something, that person's going to take it more seriously than if you charge 500 for it, you know, and the quality of the product could be the same. And but it's going to be of more value to the end user because they spent more, they've had more risk involved, you know, like
that's what I'm going to tell you a secret. It actually makes it more effective.
Yeah, because exactly.
They do their part of the work too.
Right. Yeah, man.
I learned that with attorneys actually in a different job, business. And it was, you know, I watched my boss pay an attorney like $35,000.
Damn.
And then hand him over these piles and piles of paperwork. Like the attorney was supposed to know what that shit was. And it was like, no, man, you hire the attorney to tell your story. But if you don't tell the attorney your story, you don't have a shot in fucking hell. But they'll take your money.
Yeah, of course they will. Hell yeah. You want to give me 35?
$35,000. I was like, man. And then I was like, man, you're not going to pay me at the end of the year, are you?
Right.
And he looked at me and said, he looked at me and said, are you going to come in tomorrow? All right. You got your list?
Yes, sir, I do.
Nice.
Wow. We've been live for 22 minutes already.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's Banter. It's that new app we got.
All right. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the 5 steps to bring your business online. Like the first 5 things that you need to do after you decide that, hey, I should probably get started with this digital stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, we chose 5 because 5's a good number.
Well, I just wanted to throw the number out, but like maybe after this conversation, we decide that there's only 3 or that there's 8, you know, but I have a list of 11 things that if we broke them all down, there might be 15 or 20.
Well, that's the thing is like, there's really like a million things.
Yeah. But like, I would like it to be, what are the 5 things you could do tonight?
Right.
That would move you forward or that you should do in the beginning. So.
Yeah. I mean, my 5 things are like 5 things you can do this week, like before the end of the week.
Yeah. Perfect. Maybe in one night might be a little bit, you know, pushing it, but
yeah, kind of a lot.
Let's see here.
So what's your first thing? Like, what's your primary, your biggest thing?
Well, let me go through this list.
I think that tells a lot, man. Like it shows like what, like, you know, where your priorities are and what you think is like, you know, important online and stuff like that. So I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Well, I think it definitely depends. What
comment below? Okay, before we start, if you're watching this, comment below what you think. The first thing that any business should do before they get online. The absolute like first thing.
Oh, before you get online?
No, like to get online.
Get online. The first thing you do. Online. So the example. Let's clarify. The example is, I started my business because my neighbor needed the lawn mowed, so I mowed his lawn and he paid me to do it. And when that neighbor saw me doing it, the other neighbors, and pretty soon I found that I had enough clients to be working half the week.
instead of getting business cards, like you decide that you want to do this on the internet, and so what's the first thing you do to get on the internet? Comment below what you think is the first thing to do. What's yours, man?
You want mine?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be anything that's free.
Interesting.
And then I would say I'd go right to the normal social media outlets. But really Facebook. I'd use Facebook because old people are on Facebook, and young people, they're going to say they're not on Facebook, but they still buy stuff off of Facebook.
So yours would be to like set up a Facebook business page.
Yeah, utilize your. I wouldn't necessarily even say it has to be the business page. I'd just make sure I was utilizing my social network that's online. But that's different. Like, it depends on, are you a 30-year-old that has 5,000 followers, but you've never told any of them that you mow lawns for a living? Or are you a 55-year-old that doesn't have any social media outlets? But either way, I would say you got to go on those spots and fire them up and, make some connections and tell people what you do.
Interesting. I think it's really good because most people, I don't think, especially, those that work for themselves, I don't think they post on Facebook like saying, hey, if you need these services, I happen to do this. I don't, I think a lot of people might like show like a picture of their work truck or something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't think they actually use direct marketing. Like I don't think anybody really does too much of it.
I'll say that I'm guilty of it too, that I don't do that probably enough. And I wouldn't say down the road, you certainly need a strategy, but you got to start with the people that know you first.
Right.
Like it's not a business plan for to be a multi-million-dollar corporation, but the easiest way to get business is from people who like call all the people that trust you and tell them, hey, don't even know this is what I do.
Tell them, hey, this is what I do. You know what I mean? Because they might know someone,
Yep.
I think that's really interesting, man.
Bug you ever again about this? I'm never going to ask you for your business. I just wanted to make sure that you know that I do.
Right. Yeah.
Hold on.
Or send them on Instagram. I realized that you can like DM. You can make a story and just DM it to your whole list. Like, dude, that's huge. Yeah, man. It's really, people. I don't know, man. I think it's a lot easier to do things, but a lot of people are scared of the one-on-one interaction. I think that holds people back.
Yeah. Well, it's that sales. I think that guy that Tony Robbins interviews in one of his first business podcasts. I can't remember his name because I'm horrible at that, but he says it's like, look, is sales a loving and nurturing environment? No. No. Your business, like you set up a job, you want your workplace where your people come and work at to be a loving, nurturing environment. You want your secretaries and your administrators, you want all them to be in a good environment and have a nice culture and a loving and nurturing culture, because that'll rise us all up. But in sales, when you're out that way, that is not a loving and nurturing environment out there. It is wrought with rejection.
Right.
So there's no way around that. Like, so the more is simply a matter of like, the more you can get rejected, the more success you're going to have. And, there's a million ways to overcome it, but it's got to be overcome if you want to have a business where you sell something.
Yeah, man. And I think, social media, especially like just DMing someone, I think it makes it sting a little bit less, than.
Yeah, because yeah. So it's got to be done, and it's not going to be super effective later if you don't start right now.
Right. Yeah, man. Okay, so my first thing was to buy a website, like buy a domain name.
Okay.
Because I figured that, like, first of all, you want to do that before anybody else does it, right? What buys the domain you want. Because that is it's like it's literally a land grab, right? So once someone puts their name on it, like you have to wait till they give it up or buy it from them.
Yep.
So I always suggest that as the first thing, and mostly because a lot of these things hook back to like your domain.
Yes, and I think that's a great thing to be at the top of the list. And once again, we got to always frame this correctly. We're talking about not a startup where you think this is a good idea to make money at. This is a sole proprietor who is currently supporting them and their family in this business.
So I'll be honest, this is what I do. Even if it's just something that I think is a good idea, I buy the domain just in case.
Well, but you're in a different you're in a different business, and I would agree with your strategy there as well. But we're trying to keep this to them. We're gonna help them over there. Where are they?
Yeah. So but mostly by like I said, to make sure that, because I know a lot of you guys have the same business name as the dude in the next town over. Like Joe's Plumbing. I'm sure joesplumbing.com is taken. So buy something, and I noticed a lot of people, this lady, there's someone down the street from me that sells Tupperware, and they have a sign in their yard with their website on it, right? And it's like XYZ _ Tupperware dot Jane's Tupperware for you dot we sell Tupperware.com.
Okay, so let's review that then. I think since we're on this subject, we need a quick, like a 4-sentence lesson on how do I go. My name's Lewis May. I mow lawns. How do I buy a domain name?
So
because you've bought domain.
Most people would say go to GoDaddy. I use GoDaddy. It's a good service. All websites are pretty much the same. Every domain pretty much costs the same wherever you buy it. Maybe there's a fluctuation in like 50 cents, but GoDaddy almost always has a deal going on.
Well, so let's back up though a little bit. Let's. I want to bring out the creative side of it too. Like for instance, when I came up with the name Hammersport, I did some market research.
Coming up with the name or buying the domain?
Well, I think the whole that whole process, because in order to buy the name. So
this is my philosophy when I come up with a domain. The shorter, the better. Like the simpler, the better. So if whatever you can, and I'm not saying like use letters. I'm saying like use the words that describe what your business is, and as little words as possible. So if you can do 3 words, do it. And then, shoot for .com. And if you can't get that, get something like .co or .us. It really doesn't matter. And if your name that you got in words is already bought, then try hyphens, right? So like the dash, try that. And most of the time, so before you try the hyphens, and this is where I think people go wrong, is because they'll go directly to the hyphens. Do the .org or do the .us, because most of the time that hasn't been bought up, and it's awesome. Oftentimes pretty cheap. So because what happens is a lot of times you guys are looking for these domains, and because a lot of people have the same name, it'll be like $5,000, $10,000, $40,000.
So here's an example then. Would you approve of this? If I'm own a landscaping company and my name is Mike, everybody's first thought is like, oh, and you named the company as Mike's Landscaping. You could still, your website could be icutshrubs.com.
Right. It could be icutshrubs, or it could be Mike's Landscaping.us, right? Because Mike Landscaping already bought. So .us is but a lot of the times, so this is the thing. Most people are scared to do that because they think somebody will confuse their domain with the other person's domain, right? So I suggest, if you're confident enough in your skills to do that, like in how much business you do versus how much that person does.
Those people aren't thinking of the opposite result, that people might confuse your business for theirs and come to you.
Right.
And guess what? If they have 1 million customers and you have 3 customers, I think that's a pretty good idea.
Well, here's the thing is, this is what you know, I was just thinking of this is get the one that you want. Like, don't let somebody else who you don't even know, like, push you around, right? And the reason is because most of the traffic that you send is going to be direct. So it's either somebody you're giving them something with your website on it, right?
Yep.
And it's written right there, or it's a direct link that you're sending someone that they can click on, like, or it's in Google and it's like a direct link. So very few times do you actually have to like search in Google for something, you know what I mean? And like for the actual website. Like,
yeah, and that's just when a person is left to searching on their own accord to find you, they're probably not even going to find you.
Right, and they're probably not your customer. Like your customer can call you, or like if they already know you. We're talking about people who already have a business. Like,
yes,
like your first website traffic is going to be people who walk into your store and see your website written on the wall.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my thing. Buy a domain, and you know, there's a couple of things under that, but that was the main thing.
Yeah. And then, so let me add on that another thing, and this is great. Directly
my step 2 was to do your thing too.
Okay. So another thing everybody should do is buy your name. If you can still buy your name as a website, you better do it, because you're not going to be able to for long.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know. So most likely, most common names you will not be able to buy. Mike Schmidt, John Schmidt, Bob Schmidt, Robert Schmidt, Joe Schmidt. They're all gone.
Yeah. But
if you have throw a middle initial in there, though.
Right. Or do a .us. Do your country.
Yep.
Because in the future, like I really look at this stuff as like, this is how you're going to be identified in the future. Like, this is your new mailbox.
Well, I call it your online resume.
Yeah. That's a good
Your
one.
online resume is like, I once, when we were doing some fundraising for the Hammer Sport Racing, we raised got a bunch of food together and brought it to the Panhandle after that bad hurricane. And we tried pulling up at a Costco place. A Costco store, and raising, asking for donations outside there. We eventually got kicked out. And one lady came up to me and she had her camera out and she's like, "I'm filming you." And I'm like, I'm all over the internet. My name's Lewis May. If you Google my name, you can see that I'm a license holder in this, and that I sell health insurance, and I do this, and I'm doing this. And that made me realize it's like, I have an upper hand because I did that a while ago. Like, you want to know I'm legitimate? All you got to do is go online, and you're going to see I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not cheating anybody, because I'm everywhere on purpose. And like, that's my resume. It's like, if I was a scam artist, I wouldn't be able to have the licenses that I have, and I wouldn't be able to just be open on the internet. Now I also had to make up the decision that I'm going to, if you want to find my address, you can probably find it too. But, that's part of the game. That's the nature of the beast, is I had made the decision. I'm a public person and I sell stuff to the general public. So I've just got to be on the up and up. And if you want to find me, you can.
Yeah, man. That's exactly how I think of it too. It's like I'm putting my stuff out there for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's go to, since your thing was free social media, we can't go through a whole list of how to do that right now, but I think we touched on it a little bit. It's not about having perfect social media sites or having unlimited content. It's about
my step.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, my step 3 talks about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I just closed it. Okay, here it is. So yeah, so what I say is join Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Join those 3, and then whatever platform you think is also relevant to your audience.
Yep.
But Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are the top 3 as far as attention on the internet.
Yep.
And so what I say is document portions of your workday and post them on all the social media platforms. So don't try to make content. Like don't
Yes.
try to make stuff. Just
no, and that's
just keep the camera
when we
going.
when we take a newbie in our business right now, when we take a newbie in business who wants to grow and they're the right candidate, that's the first lesson in content is just show people what you do. That's it.
Right.
Because then they can watch that, and if you do that 50 times, you're going to all of a sudden start to create a personality that draws people in. Like, because we all have that. You know?
Yeah, and it's too easy to do it. Like, first of all, it's free to post these things. It used to, cost a lot of money to get people to see your stuff, even if you're, on a local cable channel or whatever. But it's free to post this, so there's really no reason not to. And then, you can find things like this setup that your buddy has, where you can literally just set up cameras in your restaurant and you could do a live reality show if you wanted to.
You just go over to your computer every once in a while and press the button and be like, we're live.
Yeah. And you don't even have to, it doesn't even have to be that fancy. Just taking your phone out, whatever, when you're taking the garbage out, or, just doing.
Man, it's not going to go away either. The first time we found a live camera, I lived in New Orleans in 2001, and there was 2 live cameras on Bourbon Street, and you could go on them and dance around in front of them, and then find yourself on the computer later on because it was time stamped.
Yep.
And we were just like, this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people on the internet that just like to watch, but especially for, they talk about how long it takes for a customer to warm up to you or how many times they have to see you. This is one of the ways that you can just completely eliminate that. By really, and this is why I say, don't make anything special. Just do your regular thing. And this is what I think video works so good, because you don't have to be special. You just start the video, put some text on it to describe what you're doing afterwards. And that's it.
And the beauty of it is, in 99% of the services and products out there, if you do this and you have 50 videos up of you digging a hole, literally digging a trench.
Say, hey, I need a hole dug.
Well, you're going to be you're in the top 99 percentile by doing that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah, you make yourself the top 10% by just saying, "Hey, I'm here doing this," because most people especially most people that dig holes with the type of shovel that you have, to the depth that you do it, and the type of material that you dig, there's only so many people in the world that are doing that, and there's only so many people in the world that are posting that on social media saying, "Hey, this is what I do," and I guarantee you, it's probably 5. For hole diggers.
So here's the difficulty in me doing this, Riley, with this. I kind of messed mine up when I wrote my list, because we're doing what are the digital things that you can do. And that's part of my big game plan, is working with people to integrate the non-digital marketing things with the digital marketing things, so that we use them all together. Well,
then,
my list includes non-digital. My list includes some strategy things too that aren't active advertising things that you do. So I don't know if we want to talk about any of those right now, or if we want to stay strictly digital for this list.
Yeah, I think staying strictly digital
Okay.
is good for this because I think I had labeled it like to
Okay.
get online or when you're getting online.
Yep. Okay. So let me
But we can
find
definitely
my.
go back
So we've got your number one as by a known domain name. Your number two is Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. Just starting an account if you already have them. Number three would then be documenting your work. For me, with video. For me, I had more free social media right at the top. And then number two for me was actively letting your followers know what you do.
Right. That's a good one. Yeah.
Like if you have 500, if you're in a small town of 10,000 people and you have 200 followers that are friends, but they're Facebook friends, and you're 55 years old, they might not know what you do. They probably do, but are you willing to take that risk that they don't and that you're missing out on some easy business?
That's a good one. What number was that for you?
That's just number two.
Number two?
Yeah. And now, like I have on here, I have videos of your business showing specific values you bring. That's a little more in depth. That would be like, don't try this at home sort of video. So I like your video, which is just make a video of what you do.
Yeah, I think that's it's funny because I was watching Sam Ovens talk to this chick who was making some courses last night on YouTube, and she was saying that one of her first problems when she started teaching her first course is that like she was teaching at an expert level.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it
literally needs to be
that's like a level 3 thing.
Yeah. No, that's what you guys should hire us to do.
Right.
To help you produce a video that brings to light your specific values to a mass population. Like we build that video and advertise it to 10,000 people or 100,000 people. All you guys need to do is make a video on a tripod, shooting from this direction of you working over here. And that's it. Like one video, and then you got it.
Yeah, you can get with those tripods on Amazon Essentials now for like $7.
Yeah. Or don't even do that. Just make your own. Duct tape a phone to a stick in the ground and, press the button, take the duct tape off when you're done.
It's a good idea. Or you can have one of your employees just follow you around. Yeah, what was the dude's name? D-Rock? You can have your own D-Rock.
Hey, man. That's rich people stuff right there.
Well, I guarantee you there's one employee at your workplace that's not doing something. So
that you should probably get them to do this instead of
that dude who you always have to tell him to stop leaning on the counter, or to get out of the back room. Put a camera in his hand and have him follow you all day. So what was that? Your number 3?
Yeah, my 3 would have been videos.
What's your number 4?
I'm trying to find my number 4 right now.
All right. Well, you tell yours. I'll give you mine. Where is it? No, my number 4 is I guess it's kind of along the lines of what you said before, but notify your current customers of your new social names. Ask them to follow you and to share your pages with their friends. This is where I'm saying like post this in your store. If you have a Facebook Messenger bot with ManyChat, you can post that link to have people automatically subscribe if they scan it on their phone. And then you can just direct message them whatever you want.
Man, I'm a plumber, dude. I don't know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So, you can get anyways, there's a way to have people automatically subscribe to your list that you can message them whenever you want. Send them a message on Facebook. There's a way that you can have them automatically subscribe to it if they take a picture of it with their phone. And you can post that in your workplace, wherever you want. So a lot of people are posting it on those like little cards, and they're saying like, hey, this is like for a restaurant, this is like a way to sign up for like a free appetizer or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different ways you can go with it, but essentially once that person scans it, you can message them whenever you want.
So let me change your number 4 a little bit, because once again, I didn't think about I didn't do my homework right on this project.
But hold on, so because I went kind of too far off. Mostly my number 4 is take all of your social things, your social links, your social names, post them everywhere. Tell all of your customers this is our new online presence, and ask them to go follow you, and then share your online presence with their friends. Yeah.
Okay, and that's good, but I think you jumped a step then because of that. So, maybe your step number 2 was really, okay, I'm Bob Smith. I've got Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I'm not that cool yet. I have a job, and I own my job. I'm a self-employed worker. I want to grow my business. Now it's time to start the business page.
Right. Oh, so yeah, I didn't. Yeah, start a business.
That can be another step above. First is just be on social media. Second is be on social media as a person, and then be on social media as a business as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can do this both ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know a lot of people make like personal profiles for their business or whatever, or you can just, but yeah, definitely make a business page. If you already bought a domain, make a business page.
Yeah. And then ask your personal friends, family, and then customers to be aware that you have a new social media platform specifically designed for your business.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Thanks for taking the word out of my mouth.
I'm going to put this as my number 4.
Yeah, you should write this in a book and sell it. So you have a number 4?
No.
Okay, no. So that was a number 4 for both of us.
Yeah.
It was like you completed what I was saying. So what's number 5? Do you have a number 5?
Let me just think outside the box for a second without staring at the list that I already had built for something else. I would think, because I'm going off the list of. All
right, so let's run through from top to bottom.
I mean, I know what my 5 is now.
Did. So we bought a domain.
Name,
signed up for social profiles.
Yep.
We posted. First, we told people that we're on these social profiles, and then we posted content of what we do at work on those social profiles.
Well, we told people in a text what we do on a post on our social profiles, and we made some videos of showing what we do and posted those videos on our profiles.
Right. So for me, the next thing I say to do is, these profiles or, these platforms, they give you a way to analyze how well these posts are doing. And the number 1 way to analyze it is through likes. So the most amount of likes it has, the better it's doing usually. Likes add into the engagement equation. The engagement equation is what determines how well your ad is like to the public. So how well people are taking it, how much they like it. That's the higher the engagement, the more people like it, right? Yeah. So they say. So the more comments and the more likes, the more engagement. So typically what you should do is then take this post and throw some money behind it. And whatever you have, like however many posts you have, your top 5, your top 10, like whatever you want to do, take those, the ones that have the highest engagement, select a target audience, you know, whether it's around your store or if you're online, like, you know, the niche customer you decided, and throw some money behind that post that you already made, and start to this new target audience, because it's going to show that people already had an interest in it. So when you show this as an ad, it's going to be way more relevant. People are already going to see that somebody already clicked on it. They already liked it. They're already interested in it. So they're going to be more likely and willing to do it themselves. And if you're a local business, it's going to drive more traffic to your store or restaurant.
So boost the post, except don't do it by actually pressing the boost button that Facebook asks.
So here's the thing: they got them better now. Especially like if you're on Instagram, you can do something like this. You can still, you know, I tell people not to, but if you're a local business, you can afford to.
Yep.
But if you're like if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to like sell e-commerce, don't boost posts. That's a different,
but we're not talking about that yet, because that's applying to, and we're talking about people who are doing it.
Exactly. So if you're a local business, you can afford to do something like this because your metrics are a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Meaning, what he means is you actually have a chance of, you are going to get results because you're only going to advertise that you mow lawns in the town that you live in, because that's the only place you do it. And you're talking to a limited market, and that market is willing to share to new businesses.
It's like running a TV commercial or a radio ad to to an audience that, like, you know, is right there. You know what I mean? And but the thing is this is where people are actually paying attention. So it's just more cost effective for you to do it here, which is why I'm saying, like, your metrics are different than someone like who's running a virtual business.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if, like, first of all, you can start doing this weekend, and I can guarantee you, if you do it this weekend, you'll have results within 14 days. I can guarantee you. People will say, hey, I saw you on Instagram. Hey, I saw you on YouTube. I saw you on Facebook. Like, yeah, I keep seeing you everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, people will start saying that. and they'll literally come into your place because you told them you're there. It's that simple.
Yep.
And this is the main thing, the main reason I'm telling you this. It's, especially if you're running video, it's extremely cheap to get people to see your stuff. Like $3 to get 1,000 people to see your stuff. You know what I mean? It's very cheap. Compare that to TV.
3 cents per person.
Yeah, it's nothing. And you can afford to do it. So take whatever you're spending currently on marketing and literally just start pumping it into Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I guarantee you'll have
brick and mortar. If you're a brick and mortar product business in a local area, or you're a service business in a local city,
you will kill it. And the main reason you'll kill it, this is the main reason, because your competition is not doing it at the level that you're doing it at.
Here's the way to prove. Let's prove that to them, Riley. Whatever industry you're in, go on Facebook and generalize, say, landscapers. Just click landscapers. You're going to find every landscaper in your local community that is on Facebook is going to pop up.
I do this all the time. I do this all the time
too. Yep. So why don't you go and show people how to do this right now? Because this is the proof. This is going to show, if we can get one person to go do this, then that's one more person who's feeding their family a little better and can hire somebody that helps the economy, you know?
All right, so we'll do landscaping. And so we'll click on pages, right? And this is all we need to do.
Looks like you got some landscaping companies in your town.
Yeah. So for those of you that are just listening, we just brought up a list of local landscaping companies on Facebook.
And how do we know they're local?
Mostly because Facebook just auto loads the closest pages. So they think those are the ones that are most relevant to you.
Yeah. And literally whatever town you're in, if you take your computer from home in Seattle, and then go to New York City and open your laptop and do this search on Facebook in New York City, you're going to get landscapers in New York City.
Yeah. So I just typed in landscaping, but if you want it to be like extremely relevant towards you, just type in landscaping services near me or landscaping near me, whatever near me.
Yep.
And it'll bring up
there. So go to the biggest one, the one with the 41K likes or the 90
yeah, point. All right, 9.2.
Yep. Big company. You'd think.
This isn't a local one.
Okay.
Here we go. So this one has 1,000 people. It's located in a town near me. And so what I'm going to do is...
And I mean, if you have 1,000 followers as a landscape company...
You're pretty freaking big, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what do you have, 10,000 clients then? You know?
Yeah, they that's really big.
They might have 10,000 clients, literally.
They're hiring too. So,
yep.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm looking at their page right now. There's if you're on desktop, on the bottom left-hand corner, there's a button called Info and Ads. If you're on your phone, there's a button like on the cover photo that has like an eye on it. Click that button. And what it's going to do is it's going to show you if that company is running any ads. Like any ads, if they're running on Facebook, it's going to show you every single one of them. And I guarantee you...
Who would have guessed, Riley?
9 out of 10 of these companies are not running any ads. 9 out of 10 of your competition is not running any ads.
I would say 49 out of 50.
Yeah. So 9.99999. Like, there are some, and more are coming online every day. There are more people doing this every day, which is why I'm telling you to start doing this now, because you can afford to. Do it. Like, as soon as you start spending money, people are going to start seeing you. Local people are going to start seeing you. It's like posting the biggest sign on Main Street. It's literally like doing that. Like you bought every single billboard in town. It's like doing that. Like, imagine if every time there was a commercial, one of your videos showed. Like back when people actually watched commercials. And like, imagine the 80s. Every time there was a commercial, it was one of your videos. Like, just think of that. That's literally what this is like, because you can get it.
That's Facebook
on your potential customers page. You can get it so your content loads every time they open like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.
So where's that spot on here, Riley? On Facebook mobile?
Right there on that I button. There's an I button right like on that line split, just above their profile, like just above the like
button. Okay.
Just above the
yep, right. So it's this little teeny button,
yep.
Right?
Yeah.
It's right in. It's right there, right above the thumb button.
Really small.
Yep. So you press that button and you get that same information.
Yeah, man. So
guess what, Riley? I found another landscaping service that doesn't have any ads running.
Right. Yeah. I can almost guarantee that nobody's running it. Nobody's running it.
And how much would it cost me to do this?
You can get started literally with $2 a day.
So maybe spend $20, take one profit from one job, 1 hour a week, and spend it on this and see what happens.
You'll get results with $20 a day. And that's why I say do it within 14 days. You'll get results with $20 a day. But think about this. If you're a legitimate company, you can afford to test something. You can afford to spend $1,000 to test something. Do me a favor. Spend $1,000 in 2 weeks. Spend $1,000 in 2 weeks on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube ads, and tell me you don't get results. I'll make the bet with you. I'll make you a bet that you get results. And if you don't feel confident that you can do it, I guarantee you that I can do it for you. Yeah. So, and mostly the main reason to do it is because nobody else is doing it. Like, nobody is. And I can do it at such a high level that I can guarantee results. Like, I know how to do it. So I got certified as a Facebook marketing consultant. That means that I took a super technical test to guarantee results. So once I get
you're representing Facebook at this point.
Right. Once I get my website together, like, I'm going to be posted on Facebook's website as like somebody to go to if you need help with Facebook ads. And there's only 14 other businesses in the United States that are listed on this website. And definitely go to those too. But they're representing companies like Disney, Michael Jackson's estate, like real big things.
So let's I thought of a great kind of final wrap up. Not meaning we're not going to pull up the banter app some more, but so I like your number 5. Here's the question everybody's dying to know then. And I know everybody's dying to know it. Even mostly the people in the future that are going to watch this years from now.
Think about running this as a webinar, like an ever thing.
No. I think people need to know that if you comment and ask us questions about how to do stuff in the comments,
we'll do it in the next video.
Answer your questions for free.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, and this applies to the people who aren't watching this live as well. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook,
just throw a comment up.
Yeah, we'll answer it the next time we go live, because this is a regular show. Actually, you know what? I made this as a podcast. Guess what I titled the podcast?
I don't want to guess.
Marketing 101.
Marketing 101.
So it's gonna get traffic where people are literally looking on podcast networks like Spotify, iTunes, when they're looking for marketing, like they'll search Marketing 101. You know what I mean?
Yep. So
that's so we'll have an audience, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. So we've listed the 5 things that are free and that you can do by the end of the week. You know, it's doable. Like you could literally just take 2 30-second videos a day. Like
if
2
you have
30-second videos a day on your phone and post them on Facebook, and then you're done. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. So if you have a phone and like $10, you can do this right now.
Yeah. So, but people are like, man, I've got a domain name. When should I build a website?
Right. You know, I actually posted this as part like 1.2, step 1.2. I said set up a landing page, but I didn't really want to go too deep into it because like that's a huge rabbit hole that you can jump in.
And so, but this is one of the first things that, look, yes, you can do it yourself. Yes, you can find people that'll do it for you for free. You can pay $20,000 to do it. You could buy a $150,000 website. You can buy a $100 website. No matter what, you're probably going to have to start paying somebody to do some of this for you. So that's why I think, you know, website would probably be number 6, 7, or 8 for you to do.
Certainly, yeah. So at least a landing page. So what I tell people is this is like an internet billboard. This is when people want to see you. This is what they're looking at.
But that's where I would go back and like I'm looking at my list of marketing things that you need to have in place before you hire anyone to advertise for you. Okay, that's my thing. Is like, what do you got to do? What do you have to have? And these aren't just digital things. These are strategic. Decisions that you've made, your mission statement, your values, stuff like that. And, that's another thing. It's like, before you build a web page or hire somebody else to do that, you should have a written brochure.
Written brochure. Interesting.
Well, because it's forcing you to write down what do you do and why.
Right. So because you can literally take that
specific, and that's why you're getting a little bit deeper into, branding and marketing, and you need to do a good job with your website. You don't have to be really, really deep because a landing page is going to be very, very basic, but it is going to have copywriting. It's going to have written words describing what you do, and you can't just throw any old words up. It needs to be grammatically correct, and it needs to be, it just needs to be done somewhat right. And by doing a brochure and also having your written descriptions in your free social media pages, you've forced the issue enough where you've done enough writing, or you've paid somebody else to do some writing, that now you can pop up a website and you're not sitting there going, what should I put on this web? Like by the time you get to the website, it shouldn't be a question of, what should I put on the website?
Right.
You already
No, that's perfect.
you need to know what's going up there. You know, you're not going to be like, hey, you don't go to the website guy and ask him, what should I put up there?
Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. Looking to
Unless
other.
you're hiring us. I mean, because we are copywriters and we can build websites.
Well, that's the thing is like you don't want to ask your web designer to fill in the blanks, because they're not going to do it very well.
Nope.
You'll be lucky if you get the words in the right spot.
Yeah, yeah, and that's where you're getting into multiple different trades that all come together to design a good product. In this case, a website. You have multiple trades. You have a web. You have a code writer or the person that builds the site. You have a graphic designer, the guy who designs what the site looks like, and then you have a copywriter who writes the words for the website.
Right,
and this can be done by one person, but yeah,
the first two can be eliminated if you use things like Squarespace or I don't know anything else, like ClickFunnels or something like that.
Yep.
But you definitely need somebody to put all the pieces together, and somebody needs to put okay. If you want your website to represent you in a positive way, not just a neutral way, you need a copywriter. Yeah, because otherwise it's just blah. People don't really know what to put on a website, and they just put everything on there, and they think that they put it all on the front page. And yeah, so that's why I'm saying like that's a huge rabbit hole. Mostly I'm just saying like put something up there with your name, your page, and then like backlink to all your social media pages. Like put those buttons on there, and
so that would be a great first step. Yeah. And that's so if somebody types in your domain name, something comes up and they can find your Facebook page.
Exactly. You know, put your address and your phone number, your email, like all that stuff right there for people to see. And your logo, you know what I mean? Like whatever is relevant to you, just put all that right there on the front page.
And if you own a luxury used automobile dealership where you sell used $35,000 cars, then you cannot do that.
No.
You can't build. If you don't have social media, you're behind the game. You gotta
hire somebody to do that.
Yeah. You know, and so if you're behind the game on any of these things and you sell a high dollar product or a product that has
I'm talking about Johnny's Pizza. You know what I mean?
Yep. But no, I wanted to throw that in there because there are used.
No, I get that. Yeah, out there. Those people, if you're somebody who's like, you know, more than 6-figure company,
and you don't have this stuff in place,
you should hire. Because the rate of return for you to hire somebody like at the rate that they're going to charge, it's more worth it. Because if you don't, like, first of all, you're going to be spending too much time on it yourself, and that's time lost. And it's just you're too far behind at this point, like you are, unless you're really smart and you can learn really fast. But even still, like this stuff takes time to learn. Like you need the muscle memory to be able to make content, to run the ads, to make it relevant, to put the pieces on a website together so that people like know where to click, how to click. So just a quick tangent on this, especially for a luxury used car dealer. Back in December, I made a digital system that sells cars, right? And that's trackable, that like goes back to like the person who showed the intent on the car, sells that specific car to them. And like, so there are people out there who are doing this, right? You yourself are a long way from making a system to do this. I'm sure you can eventually come up with one, but my point is people have already came up with these things, and you can just hire them to put those systems into place for you. And I think that, especially as a business owner, that's way more cost effective than trying to learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
Whew. So marketing for more information. I'm going to be posting a case study about that eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Okay. So, this was pretty good.
Yeah, man, we've been going for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to see the results on the podcast. Like once we get rolling with posting this content and having people
Yeah,
listen.
dude.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool, man. Because this is good long form content. If you're just at work, like sitting at your desk, like shuffling papers, you know what I mean?
I mean, you realize Mary was sitting right over here the whole time the other day, and she just sat there and listened.
Oh, really? That's cool, man.
Yeah, I was like, it's good content.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just cutting it up.
That's what I wanted to do this for originally, Riley, is so that we could have the side, have a what did I call it? A blog right on the side that was just transcript of this.
Right.
Cleaned up transcript. So it didn't have any of the ums and the ahs. It didn't have any of the parts we didn't want to be relevant. And it was just you and I back and forth forever.
No, I think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Think of the SEO power that you get when you do something like that.
Hell yeah, man. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, I'm gonna cut this out because otherwise it's just gonna keep going all day. So thanks for watching, and we'll be live again tomorrow. So definitely
that's Riley from RDS Marketing right there.
Yeah.
Go to RDS Marketing on Facebook, and then I'm Lewis May from Hammersport Marketing. You can go to Hammersport.
Search rds.marketing. Like type that in your browser, in your URL, wherever you type websites, rds.marketing, and you will find me.
Awesome.
And you can get in contact with me. So, Lewis.
Goodbye, YouTube.
See you guys later.